Have you ever said, I just couldn't help it? Maybe in the moment of temptation, when anger flared or temptation hit hard, or maybe pressure pushed you past your limit. It may have been in that moment you felt completely overwhelmed. Or maybe you've heard someone say, God won't give you more than you can handle. Well, today we're going to talk about that because that quote isn't actually in the Bible at all, but today's verse is. In 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13, it reads as this: No temptation has overtaken you, but such is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able. But with every temptation will also make a way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. Welcome back to the Passages Unlocked. We attempt to unlock the Bible one verse at a time. My name is Jim Murrell, and today we're going to be digging into this verse, which has tremendous power, but an often misunderstood promise. First off, that misunderstanding. This verse is often quoted to say, God won't give you more than you can handle. But let's notice, this verse is about temptation, not trials. Paul isn't saying that life will never overwhelm you. In fact, in 2 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 8, Paul actually said that he was once, quote, burdened beyond measure. So what is Paul talking about? What could this possibly mean? That's when you have to move into the second point, which I would call the message of the verse. What does the verse really teach? Now let's walk through 3 points to understand that. Number one, the struggle is shared. No temptation has overtaken you except, watch this, is common to man. You're not alone. That temptation you're facing, it's not new, it's not rare, it's not even unique. Satan wants you to believe you're isolated, to maybe believe you're abnormal or even hopeless, but Scripture says something totally different. It said temptation is common. Others have felt the same pull. Even Jesus himself felt temptation, as we read of him that he was tempted, quote, in all points like as we are, yet without sin. Hebrews 4:15. The truth is humbling but comforting. You're not the only one who has battled this. Second, the Father is faithful. But God is faithful, who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able. So here's the promise. God sets boundaries around what you're facing. He knows your limits, he knows your heart, and he is faithful. Not to keep temptation away, but to ensure it never becomes unbeatable, or as I like to say, maybe unget-overable. This doesn't mean you'll never fail, because pressure, it'll be there. It does mean, however, that God is always near, he's always aware, and he never abandons you in the face of these things alone. Third, the escape is available. But with the temptation will also make a way of escape that you may be able to bear it. Every temptation has a built-in exit of sorts. There's always a way out. But we have to look for it and then take it. Sometimes for us, escape might be as simple as just remembering a verse that's in our hearts. You know, the psalmist told us, Psalm 119:11, Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against you. It may also be a good friend that we can pick up the phone and call. Maybe we can be encouraged by them, or in some senses discouraged by them from doing something that just simply may be wrong. It may be the fact that we're able to pray a certain prayer that we just kind of memorize, for lack of better terms, that we know that, God, I need your help right now, and I need that way of escape to open up. These are just various ways that we can find that escape hatch. And it's during those moments when times are most difficult, we have to have within our core, within our nature almost, the willingness to look for that way out. You see, God doesn't just sit back while you suffer. He provides a path that will give you escape. But here's the key. We must choose it. Now, by way of application, I want to give you 3 ways to take that escape route. Number 1, train your eyes to spot it. In the heat of a moment, we're often blind to the way out. Prepare your heart in advance that you're willing to stay with the word and recognize the door when it is presented. Number 2, run, don't reason. You have to be more like Joseph was. You remember when Joseph was tempted by Potiphar's wife to go and lie with her day after day? At some point, Joseph made the very perfect choice when he just simply ran from the situation because he knew there was no good outcome in that. Number 3, trust God's faithfulness over your feelings. Temptation says, you need this. God says, I'll provide you everything you truly need. When temptation feels strong, you lean into the stronger faithfulness of God. 1 Corinthians 10:13 doesn't promise you that life will be easy. It doesn't promise you that you will never face temptation, but it does promise you that God is faithful and that you are never alone. There's always a way out.